Life has a funny way of testing us, doesn't it? One moment everything seems fine, and the next you're hit with a series of challenges, health issues, financial struggles, relationships falling apart, or losing something you thought was secure. It's as if the universe decides to throw everything at you at once, and you can't find a way to catch a break. You look around, and it seems like everyone else has it together. People seem to be living their lives effortlessly, achieving success, and managing their struggles. Meanwhile, you're stuck, feeling overwhelmed and barely staying afloat. Have you ever been there? Of course you have. I'm sure you've had days when it feels like nothing will go right. The weight of it all feels unbearable, and you wonder if you'll ever break free from it. You may even question what went wrong, feeling like you don't deserve it, but the harder you try to push back, the deeper you seem to sink. It's easy to feel as if life is unraveling at the seams, like you've been dealt the worst hand and you're trapped in a cycle of failure. But what if I told you that this very struggle, the hardship you're facing right now, isn't just something that is breaking you? What if it's actually the seed of your greatest opportunity? What if this adversity you're experiencing, which may feel like a burden, is actually a hidden gift, waiting to transform you? This is exactly what the Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca taught us centuries ago. They knew that life's obstacles were not sent to break us down. They were forces shaping us into something stronger, something more resilient, if we allowed them to. We often hear the phrase, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." But Stoicism takes it a step further by teaching us to embrace that idea and reframe it. It's about finding meaning and growth in the challenges we face, instead of seeing them as mere barriers. Think about it for a moment. What if the universe placed you exactly where you needed to be? What if your current circumstances, no matter how painful, are exactly the push you need to awaken your true potential? Maybe, just maybe, the obstacles you're facing right now are not random. They're opportunities, disguised as struggles, nudging you to change, to grow, to become more of who you are meant to be. Let's pause for a second and really feel the weight of this concept. Think back to moments in your life when things seemed out of control, when you thought things were falling apart, or when you felt completely stuck. Now look back from where you are today. Can you see how those struggles help shape the person you are right now? You might not have seen it then, but those tough moments, the losses, the failures, the pain, helped you grow. They helped you discover new strength, new wisdom, and maybe even a new path. That's the Stoic mindset in action. Marcus Aurelius, and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and emperors of Rome, understood this concept deeply. In his Meditations, he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is not just a clever quote, it's a profound shift in thinking. What if the obstacle, the setback, or the challenge that seems to stand in your way is actually the very thing that propels you forward? Think about that for a second. When we face an obstacle, it's natural to feel frustrated, confused, or even fearful. We see the problem and all we can think about is how it's stopping us. But Marcus Aurelius invites us to think differently. He challenges us to ask, how can this challenge help me move forward? Instead of being paralyzed by the difficulty, what if we used it as fuel for growth? The Stoic idea is simple but life-changing. The hardest moments can guide us to greater clarity, deeper wisdom, and a stronger sense of purpose. Life's most difficult experiences often force us to confront our fears, our limits, and our beliefs. Through that confrontation, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Maybe you've experienced something similar. Perhaps a job loss led you to reevaluate your career, and through that painful process, you realized you want something different, something more fulfilling. Or maybe a relationship that ended gave you the space to reconnect with yourself and rediscover who you really are outside of that partnership. These moments, no matter how difficult, have the potential to reshape our lives if we allow them to. But here's the big question. How do we reframe adversity? How do we make that mental shift from feeling overwhelmed and helpless to seeing life's obstacles as opportunities for growth? It's easier said than done, isn't it? We all know it's tough to change our perspective when we're in the midst of a challenge. Our instincts want us to react with frustration, fear, or even despair. But Stoicism offers some powerful tools that can help us rewire our minds and approach challenges with a sense of purpose, resilience, and empowerment. One of the most important Stoic practices is the art of reframing. Reframing is the process of changing how we perceive a situation so that we see it as an opportunity rather than a burden. This doesn't mean ignoring our emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means choosing to see the situation differently through a lens of growth. Think about it. When something goes wrong in your life, your initial reaction is probably frustration, confusion, or anxiety. And that's totally natural. But what if instead of reacting with those negative emotions, you took a step back and asked yourself, what is the lesson here? What can I learn from this? This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice that requires conscious effort, but it's incredibly powerful. The Stoics didn't teach us to pretend that life doesn't hurt or that challenges aren't difficult. They taught us how to respond to adversity with wisdom, resilience, and courage. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Reframing is about seeing life's challenges as the opportunities for personal growth, learning, and transformation. When you face a problem, instead of seeing it as an obstacle, try to ask yourself, what strengths can I develop from this situation? How can this challenge make me a better person, a wiser person? Another key Stoic practice is focusing on what we can control. In times of adversity, we often feel powerless because so many things are beyond our control. Whether it's the economy, the actions of others, or the events happening in the world around us, we can easily feel overwhelmed. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us that there is one thing we do have control over: our minds. When the world feels chaotic and out of control, take a step back. Reflect on what is within your power to change: your thoughts, your reactions, and your actions. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When we focus on what we can control, we begin to regain a sense of power and calm, even in the face of external chaos. Every time we take control of our own thoughts and actions, we move closer to finding peace amidst the storm. Now let's return to where we started. When life seems heavy, when it feels like everything is falling apart, we must remind ourselves that adversity is not the enemy. It is, in fact, the gift that sharpens us, refines us, and prepares us for the next chapter of our lives. Each struggle we face, no matter how painful, makes us more resilient, more capable, and more in tune with who we truly are. The Stoics didn't view adversity as something to be feared or avoided. They saw it as an essential part of life's journey. Just like a gem cannot be polished without friction, a person cannot truly grow without facing challenges. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, put it beautifully. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. The friction of life's challenges is what polishes us. It's through struggle that we discover what we're made of, what we're capable of, and what really matters. The next time you face a challenge, whether it's a personal setback or a global crisis, remember, this is your opportunity to grow. Don't shy away from the discomfort. Lean into it. Trust that it's leading you toward the person you were always meant to become. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize. And most importantly, you have the power to choose how you respond. When life stands in your way, let it become the way. Your journey of growth begins now. The next chapter of your life, one filled with purpose, resilience, and strength, is waiting for you. Embrace the challenge, embrace the discomfort, and let adversity fuel your transformation.